Evening YTPC, everybody. Alright, Friday. Home from work, been in the shower, beard's looking a bit frizzy. A bit of oil later on. Put my winter cardigan on. Weather. Drove home at 4:45 with my lights on. Was it 14th of July or something? Oh man. So I put that little short on earlier, some cracking comments there. Global warming. Anyway, not doing that. So I've got today my Jack Ryan Bulldog, and I've kind of broke it, I think. I've broke its back. It smokes beautifully. And I've got some pizza 965. Lovely after work. Can hear it rain now, I think. Terrible. I said earlier, it's been a good week, it's been lovely. It was Mrs. Trucking's birthday on Monday, and we're going on date night tomorrow. So looking forward to that. Birthday night out. Kids are all busy this weekend. Wonder what eldest lad's up to. His own thing. Middle boy, he's in Eindhoven at a dance festival. So I think they flew out yesterday to Schiphol. Had a few hours in Amsterdam and then jumped on the train to Eindhoven. So I was there for a couple of days. So I hope he's safe, enjoying that extremely hard banging techno music for a couple of days, no doubt, with his pals. But good on him. Good on him that he gets around the European countries. And the daughter, she is going to Centre Parks. She's there now with her boyfriend. So she's out of the way. And Mrs. Trucking is going out on a works do tonight. Just in the village. So that'll be nice for her. Bit of socialising, bit of cheese and wine and a meat platter or something, smorgasbord. So that'll be nice. That leaves me and the little one. So I'm going to have a pipe, some tea, and I think we'll jog down with a good film. See what she'd like to watch, and we'll put that on. We'll relax. So I was planning on doing a bit of painting on my trucking tomorrow, but no chance. It is absolutely banging it down. It's cold. It's cold. I'd like to do a couple of shout-outs. So one, first of all, is to a gentleman from Austria, which is brutal enough. Now I don't know how to do that linky thing, but when I do it, I'll put it on the bottom of my description. So Chris in Austria, I only met him yesterday or the day before. Lovely bloke. Knows his pipes. He's into the music as well. So yeah, so check him out. Nice bloke. Nice to have somebody from Europe as well from in there. And there's another guy called Palm Tree Piper. He's only just started. He's gone on holiday for a weekend this weekend. But again, I think he's been in the background for quite a while. Brutal enough, hasn't he's been about a bit, I think. And then, but Palm Tree Piper, been in the background for a while, and he's just started his channel. So check him out as well. Show everyone a bit of YTPC awesomeness, which absolutely does exist, doesn't it? And a massive thank you, because you'll have seen it now. If you haven't seen it, check it out. To Ethan, Parsimonious Piper. So I couldn't say anything yesterday or anything I've done this week, because obviously Ethan put that out last night, and doing a live Zoom with Ethan was amazing. It was fantastic. It was an honour to do it, and great to see him face to face and talk to him. Well, thank you, Ethan. Brilliant. Enjoyed it. And there's been some great comments on there. So thank you very much, guys, for your positive comments. It's very much appreciated. Can't tell you how much. It's a beautiful place to be. So the other thing I wanted to talk about today is positive energy, spirits. Now, whether you're a believer or you're not, I don't know. But strange things do happen, don't they? So, we've been in this house coming up 6 years. And it's a nice old house. The only people that lived in it before, and they must have lived in it a long time, they lived in it from when it was built. Was a couple with their family, and obviously their family grew up, and we bought it off a gentleman, and he was in his late 80s. And that's pretty much as we knew when we bought it. But when we moved in, it really dated. We've been in 6 years and we're still doing all this. It costs a lot of money to do an house, doesn't it? So we do a room at a time, and we're doing it how we like it. And when we first moved in, there was a sense of something, and we couldn't put his finger on it. Now, what first started happening was cold spots. I'd be sat in my chair in the living room, and even just one leg on your thigh, you could feel it. So my left leg would be cold, but my right leg would be warm. And I'd say to Mrs. Trucking, feel this. And she'd come and you could feel like a pillar in front of you. Very cold. So we had cold spots. And you'd walk into the living room and you'd walk into a cold spot. So I've made a few notes. I like making notes. Now, where it seems to happen as well is like you've got the living room door and the kitchen door, and on the other side that's into the hallway, and then there's also a cupboard in there. So you've got 3 doors, like 1, 2, 3. And that's where the cold spots always seem. You get these cold areas. Now, what we also get is a floral smell. And my daughter really picks up on this. And it is literally, we've all smelt it. It's literally like an old perfume, you know? I don't know, like Yardley. Very floral perfume. And again, it's just in one spot. Around the living room area, around the hallway area. And the little dog, what she does, she'll sit in the living room facing the door, and she will just sit sometimes staring and staring and staring, and you'll call her and she will not move away from it. She'll just sit, boom, staring, which is another strange thing. Then what started to happen, the doorway in the hallway, and it's a bit of a cupboard where we keep ironing board and vacuum cleaner and shoes and coats. You get a knock on the inside, like that. Now, I first heard this, I was on my own, and I'm like, I had a look, obviously nothing's there. Told Mrs. Truckett, and she was like, nah, get off. Until we were both sat in the living room, and I was telling her about it, and we got from the door in the hall. And then we were fitting the log burner in the living room, me and my dad. So we'd stripped out all the old fireplace, fitting a log burner. We've got the original chimney bit that was behind the fireplace. The fireplace had been put in. There's a chimney alcove and log burner. And Dad were in there. And I'm telling Dad about this. Now, Dad's not particularly a believer. So I'm telling Dad, no, this has been going, this is happening, this has been done. And my dad, bless him, he's inside chimney alcove and he's fitted metal plate. And so telling Dad, next minute, he's like, nah. On the hallway door, and he's like, no. And I'm like, told you, Dad. So Dad hears it. Then, and this is all built up over time. So we've gone from the cold spots and the smells. We still get the smells and the cold spots. And it's mainly, you get more around autumn and winter time. We're around one night, the boy was upstairs. So we've got bedrooms upstairs and downstairs, and the kids sleep upstairs, that's their zone. The boy one night comes down the stairs and says, Mum, have you just been upstairs? Because he's heard somebody going up the stairs, because they're old creaky stairs, and stood in his doorway, sees this figure just peek round his door. So he's looked up, thinking, Mrs. Trucking. We were sat in the living room. And it's like, no mate. So off he went, shut his door and put it under covers, I think. And then also, we've seen, you get it out the corner of your eye. You can't say it's an apparition, but I've thought sometimes that my daughter's walked past me, but she's not there, she's in another room. Mrs. Trucking's seen it walk down the hallway. Just as though somebody's literally... So we have this, whatever in the house, energy. But the latest thing, so Mrs. Trucking's learning to play the piano. She can play she bought a got a nice piano. She's always been able to play by ear. She's teaching herself how to read music. And she's learning this really difficult piece of music at the moment. It's both hands and I don't know. So she's telling me about this piece of music and how difficult it is. And the next minute, the music which is on the piano, music paperwork holder, shoots off sideways and onto the floor. It's like, whoa. And then we've also had it was before we were going on holiday, we had the DVDs out ready to take, and they were just on the side in the kitchen, stacked up like that, not like that, like that. And we were just chatting away. Mrs. Chucky was in the living room, I was stood in the doorway, and the next minute, all the DVDs on the kitchen floor. So I picked them up, put them back on the side. But what I can say is, and I think I said it earlier, we don't get any negative feelings. It's all positive. When something occurs, and we've spoken to our neighbour, who obviously knew the people that lived there, and we've spoken to other people in the village that knew of this lady. And now, this lady actually passed away in the house. And they've all said she was such a lovely, beautiful woman. And the grandkids used to sleep upstairs as well. So, everyone's got this great thing about her, and we've never felt any negative energy, or you're not scared. You know, when people tell you a ghost story, people are like, ooh, there's none of that. It's a warm feeling. And whenever any of this happens, the knock on the door, or the apparition, maybe, cold spot, floral smells, we always say, hello, Mrs. Thompson. Because we feel that she's possibly still here, some positive energy is still here, so we just say hello. And I hope that we're doing her home proud. So I don't know if anybody else out there has any, I don't know. I can't give you the answer, I don't think anybody can. So that's what I wanted to tell everybody today. So, have a think. Let me know your thoughts. I'd appreciate it. And that's me for Friday. So check those guys out. I hope you enjoyed what I've told you. I hope you've got some nice comments to come back. And anything that you've experienced as well. And we're about to hit 20 minutes. So I'm out of here. I want to enjoy this pipe and film with my little one. Enjoy your weekend, chaps. Ladies, look after your families. And I hope mine are safe. Eindhoven and Centre Parks. Cheers, guys. Everybody take care. Bye.